Hey Brandon, we're going to look at this unit activity task 1 part C. I'm going to give you another example. Hopefully that'll help a little bit for doing these 3 questions here. Let's real quick look back up to the first question that you did. You probably got these from the tutorial, which is totally fine, but it tells us what happens to a point when it undergoes these transformations. And so there's rotations and there's reflections in here, but what this is telling you is what happens to the point when we have a transformation. So for this one, for reflecting across the y-axis, what happens is that the x coordinate becomes negative. Reflection across the x-axis, the y becomes negative, and so on. And so we can see what happens in these rotations as well. So let's go ahead and look at part C. I'm going to give you an example. Whoop. Here we go. So it already gave you an example up here, but I'm going to do it step by step because that's what I want you to do on yours as well. So let's take a look here. Okay, so in my example, we're going to take the point xy, and we're going to first reflect over the y-axis, and then we are going to translate. Let's go up 1 and then left 3, and then the third thing we're going to do is rotate 180 degrees. So now what I'm going to do this step by step is we're going to take xy, and then for this first one, reflection over the y, what is xy going to become? Reflecting over the y means that the x becomes negative. So now instead of x here, we're going to have negative x, but nothing happens with the y. So that is what happens for this first transformation. Now translate up 1, left 3. So now we're starting off with negative x comma y, because that's what we have from right here. And when we go up, that's adding to the y, and when we go left, that is subtracting from the x. And so now what's going to happen is we're going to start off with negative xy. So we're going to start with negative x, and going left 3 is minus 3. And then we're starting with y, and going up 1 is adding 1. So that's our new coordinate here. So now when we start and do this last transformation, we're going to start with negative x minus 3 comma y plus 1. And then what happens when you rotate 180 degrees is that normally the point xy, when you rotate 180 degrees, will become negative x, negative y. So what happened was that the x value changed to be negative and the y value changed to be negative. And so for this one here, to change the x value to be negative, it's this whole thing. So now, negative x minus 3 is a positive x plus 3. So we change the signs of both of those. And then we have to make the y negative as well, so we need to make both of these negative. So that's going to be negative y minus 1. So this is how we do it step by step, and that's what I want you to do for yours as well. So if we go back out here, a rotation of 90 degrees clockwise, and then a reflection across the x-axis. So you're going to have something that is like this, so that you're going to start with xy, but once you rotate it, it'll be a new point, and then once you reflect it, it'll be your final point here. Okay, so hopefully that helps. What I want you to do for each of these is go back up and check yourself, check to see what to do by looking at this first question or going back through your tutorial, okay? Hopefully this helps a little bit, but you can ask me questions as well.